Hi guys, this is Lashette from Scarlet Moon Creations, and I'm back with a new video for my Faeries Oracle mini study. This is the first of many activities that we'll be doing throughout the month during the Oracle deck study, or the first two, I should say. And we'll be giving short, quick demonstrations of the activities because I know some people are more visually inclined than reading the text, which is going to be basically the same thing as I write in the Facebook group, but also I know that some people might not be using this deck for this study, and I just want to show how you can do these things without maybe this particular deck. Some of the activities I've taken from the guidebook here, so especially if you don't have this deck, maybe you ordered it and didn't come in time, maybe you got it secondhand and only got the deck, or like I said, if you don't have this deck, obviously you can't refer to the guidebook, so this should help with that. And please excuse me, I have a bit of a sore throat, so I hope you can hear me okay. And other disclaimer is that I'm not using the best camera right now. If you didn't see my announcement for this study, the camera I usually use broke last month, so excuse me if the colors are a little bit off. Lastly, I have a bit of a sore throat, so my voice is a bit off. Not lastly, I also, if you're new to my channel, which several of you are, I live in New York City on first floor, front-facing apartment on a main street that is currently having construction. So there might be some background noises. Please excuse those. Now, let's move on to the activities. The first one is not quite in the book, but it could be. So it's first impressions, and you probably want to journal about this. You take your, if you've not used this deck in a while, or if you've never used it before, you want to take it out the box. So for first impressions, you want to go through the deck, look at the cards, check out the backs, kind of like those deck walkthroughs, and I guess I'll do a quick one here. My cards are in order because I've been taking photos, and just observe the cards. The wear and tear on my deck is due to time. It's been 10 years. But you want to go through the deck, look through the cards, get your first impressions with no guidebook influence. If you've had this deck for a while, like me, like, what are you noticing right now in this moment? If you want, if you can record your in the moment thoughts right then and there. If you have already started reading the guidebook, don't worry about that. If something occurs to you because of guidebook, Look at the color palette. Feel that cardstock. Observe the art style. You don't have to be an art expert. What does it say to you? What does it look like to you? Take a note of the figures. Shuffle your deck. See how it handles. Is it like a new car or a lemon? Oh yeah, like, feel that cardstock. Do you like it? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it thin? Is it bendy? Like I said, look at the figures. What are they doing? How many are there? Who's the focus? What's the focus? What do the backgrounds look like? Those figures, where are they looking? At you? Off the card? To the side? Are their eyes open or closed? Do they have eyes? What about that strange one? What sticks out? Where are they? Are they sitting? Are they standing? What about facial expressions? Do they look happy, sad, angry, determined, sleepy? Do they have a face? Creepy? Back to the colors real quick. What color associations do you have? Like, are they neutral? Are they bright? The tones and colors. The green, does it mean good things or bad things? Like green, for example, some shades of green are very calming. They give that growth feeling, or sickly. What about those? What about the lighting? Is it dark? Is it bright? Is it a sunshiny day? I probably should have mentioned at the beginning of this, but this deck contains nudity. For those of you who were not aware, so yes. And the art style. Again, are all the cards the same art style, or are they different? Is there color in the background but not in the foreground, or vice versa? What energy does this deck give off to you? And make a note of that. You don't have to write a whole detailed journal entry, but it could just be keywords. This is you bonding with your deck and deciding how it feels to you. And come in the Facebook group and let us know. What's the tone of the deck to you? And share your first impressions about everything. We want to see if that changes. I also think that first impressions help with setting your brain, your soul up for working with your intuition, or with deity, or with the Fae, spiritual energy, the Akashic records, your spirit guides. However you see working with cards, oracle, or tarot. This kind of thing is just all you, no support, and that gets those intuitive juices flowing. Now we'll move on to the second exercise, also posted for today, and that is sorting the cards. Now this is an activity in the guidebook, page 16 in the guidebook. Take the deck of cards, randomly spread them out, face up on the table, on the floor. You will also notice there are different types of pictures, and I'd like you to begin by dividing the cards into groups that seem to go together. Set your own criteria for selecting them, and begin to notice how the different images and being shown on the cards might relate to each other. That's what we're gonna do. Exactly that. This is not going to spread out quite as easily on this table, but that's okay. It's okay. Now, this might seem a little bit harder if you've had this deck for a while. You might already be able to pick out the suits, but that's okay. And I'm calling them suits. No, not really. They're just the sections that they've been organized in the book. Okay, so just look through them. Cards that look similar, put them together. I'm just gonna do some of these. I never did this activity, I don't think, when I first got this deck. So this is new to me, even though I've had it for a while. And this is just sorting according to you. I'm not gonna say anything about the piles I'm sorting them into, really. But you guys let me know if you notice anything similar about my piles. And in the Facebook group, let me know what your piles were. Let's see if we can pick up if we do similar piles, or how many of us, I should say, do similar piles. What those piles are, we shall see, I believe. And this should just be relaxing. It's not a quiz, it's not a test. It just is. You're just noting the similarities. That is all. I think. Okay, I've got 4 main piles, and then these two I'm not sure about. These guys seem similar and didn't quite fit in any of the other piles. So there. And these two, which are so different from every other card, but also from each other, almost the exact opposite, so they went in a pile together. Next, I've got this pile, and again, I'm not gonna tell you why these cards are in this pile, but maybe you can figure it out. I'm filming this ahead of the time we'll be doing this activity, so I'm gonna list my piles in the Facebook group. This is the biggest pile, and I didn't realize it was gonna be this big. There was a lot of back and forth for me about which cards should be in this and which shouldn't. So what I personally am gonna do is, after I finish filming this, I'm gonna write these cards down I'm gonna try to come up with a pile name, and then when the actual activity day comes, I'm going to share in the Facebook group just like you guys. How many cards, what piles they were, why I picked those piles. And just FYI, the activities, you don't have to do them on the day I post them. I try to do them in the week I do, because I have 1 or 2 activities for every week of May. But yeah, you're not required to do these activities. Just do them if you want to. If you've done them before, you don't have to. But yeah, try to commit. So this is the 4th pile. Smaller than I thought, but that's okay. And my last pile. Oh, this is my sixth pile. Jesus. I can count, I promise. So, you guys, those are the first 2 exercises for the Faeries Oracle study, mini study. Let me know what you think. Leave a little fairy emoji, I think that's a thing, in the comments below if you made it this far in the video. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you are new. Hit that notification bell so you know when the next video is coming out. Particularly those for the Faeries Oracle study activities. And in my description is a link to my Etsy shop and a 10% off discount code. I do offer readings there. And links also to all of my social media like Instagram and Twitter if you're interested in following me in other places. So that is all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.